this team get better rebounding wise with, everything that's happened to you guys so far? What do you have to do to at least hold your own on the boards?
I think it comes down to effort, and I think one of the things that coach has been emphasizing on us to do in practice is that because we play with 4 guards, I can hold my own in there, but I do need help because they're sending guards down to rebound as well. So it starts from inside, but it also starts from boxing out the perimeter players as well. So I think it's just something we got to work on. Not something that we've used to in the past, but for us to be successful for further on in the season, we're going to have to make sure we get that done.
In practice, can you see ice becoming a factor there? I mean, she's still kind of finding her footing, but she's getting better.
Oh, absolutely. I think especially in the Creighton game, she was just moving more with a purpose, and I think that led to really good things for her. She was on the hustle play, she was tipping rebounds, she was just everywhere on the floor, and that's what we need from her each and every game. And I know we see it in practice, but just to transfer over to the game is what is going to be crucial for her.
Aaliyah, you're not a coach, but what is your role with ice and with Q and with you've been there, you've done that, you're at their age, but you're a little older and you're more experienced. So what do you see yourself in terms of getting them where they need to be this season?
Yeah, you're right. I'm not a coach, so I can relate to them more on a player level. And IQ-wise, just knowing that it's okay to make mistakes, but there are times and places that your team needs you to step up. And I think that throughout the season, Q, being a freshman, she's brought a lot to the table and continues to get stronger, fix the little mistakes, and keep learning from each and every game. And I think Ice as well, she's stepping into a space where she's feeling more confident in herself and feeding off what our teammates the team's confidence in her as well. So, I think as a leader, as a senior, I'm just really trying to comfort them, making sure that they know their worth and knowing what they bring to the team and what their role is for the team.
Gino talked about wanting to play you and Ice more together. Just what does it do for you to have some more size in the lineup next to you?
It helps a lot, especially when we're playing with a bigger team. So I don't have to double down as much, but we really just guard our own. But at the same time, I'm pretty flexible with whatever lineup coach has for us. And, coach has faith in me to talk and communicate with the team, but also be kind of that facilitator, both on the offensive and defensive end, just getting everyone going and making sure that we're doing whatever he asks of us to do.
What's the adjustment been without Aubrey? Have you guys had to change your game, the way you play?
I don't think we necessarily change our game, but it's just our mindset that we need to adjust. And, it's always unfortunate when you see something like that in a game happen to one of our teammates, and especially Aubrey, the spark that she's constantly brought us off the bench this season. It's truly missed, as we saw in our last 2 games, but as I said, going back to our mindset, we just have to kind of find that will to just stay locked into the game and keep continuing to do the things that's going to help us be successful.
How are you seeing her hold up?
It's hard. I think that she feels bad, but we're just trying to tell her that, we're grateful that she's still with us, and, things happen on the basketball court, which is unfortunate, but she's still bringing the energy, still being positive, which all you can really ask for.
Whether it's you or your teammates or just from a mental standpoint, this gets so tough, and I know you've been through this before, right? But as it persists, where do you lean mentally? Do you guys have somebody you lean on? Do you have books you read? Is there just something you do to make sure that mental stuff stays as best you can?
I think the most important part is to lean on each other. And I think, even today, Coach said it best in practice before we started. You just want to be grateful for being in the moment and staying in the moment, because you never know what's going to happen in the future. So, going into practice, he's like, let's play for now, let's win today and worry about tomorrow. But making sure that when we're coming into the gym, it's intentional and we're always doing whatever we can to stay competitive and to play to win. So I think the biggest part mentally, even though it's pretty demanding on the court physically, but just to lean on one another and to lift each other up.
Obviously, you don't know anything else, but Gina was talking about how this group of kids who went through COVID and have gone through all these injuries are a little different mentally than maybe previous players. Do you think that all of this has made you guys more resilient, stronger? Mentally, are you different from other people?
I don't know. It's a tough question because, yeah, we went through COVID and it sucked. But at the same time, we learned a lot from it. But I don't think it's about us being more stronger than my other teammates, but maybe the experience-wise, we've gone through more stuff. So we kind of know how to navigate through some of these ups and downs that we're facing. But, yeah, I think Coach also mentioned it too. Like, he's never really dealt with something like this before where, especially for my class, like all 4 years, it's been nothing smooth really, so it's unfortunate, but I try to see the bright side of things and to just try to, as I said, keep the energy and the vibe just positive and uplift each other, because it's not going to get any easier. It's only going to get more challenging, but it's really about our attitude towards it that's going to make a difference.
What's it like to have St. Joe's watch you guys at practice?
It's cool. It's always great when we get teams or even like alumni or donors coming in to watch practice, because it's just a reminder that you're playing for something and someone other than yourself. And it's always nice to see their smiles and laughs, and just to see how attentive they are in watching us play, even though we don't really get time to spend to say hi and whatnot. But it's always like welcoming that, as I said before, you're playing in a position that they look up to you and see and aspire to be in your position. So it's just that extra motivator to do well in practice.
What makes Ashlin's personality light up? Like, we see her on the floor, she's so dialed in, but you guys see her all the time. So is it something that you guys do that makes her laugh, or just something she does? Like, give us some insight.
I don't know. I think Ash that's just who she is as a person. I think off the court, she's very happy. She's very bubbly. And we just love that of her. And I think that what she brings to the court is just her opening up as a person. And it's always great when she makes that shot and she's just laughing or smiling down the court on the way back, because I think that energy, as I said, it just feeds off each and every one of us. And, we always want the best for Ash, because she works so hard in practice and off the court, and she really puts the work into it. So when she gets a reward, it's always a great feeling for her.
Okay, but what makes her laugh? Like a dumb joke? Or...
I don't think it's even a joke. I think it's just her spirit. It's just coming out whenever she makes a bucket or a great play.
Leah, what does Paige's leadership look like?
I would say Paige's leadership, it comes in a lot of different ways. I think on the court, definitely vocal presence, and also leading by example, I think would be her two biggest things. I've said this before, she makes everyone she plays with better, makes her teammates better, and she's selfless, so she's gonna give up the shot for an assist or a nice dime, and I always appreciate that, but I always have to make sure I'm ready because they come in hot, especially the no-look passes. But I think that's what we just love about Paige, because she's a competitor and she loves the game of basketball. And
Do you think is she learning now that she's got, maybe you have freshmen around, and it's probably also you as well, and the power that her words have on the younger players?
Absolutely. I think that it's just carried as we got older. Her responsibility grew, but she's always stayed consistent. She's always been a leader by example, and I think that especially as seniors, she knows the value of that. So, and playing with the four-guard lineup with two freshmen, it's a lot and it's not easy, but I think for them to have her helping her out with that position, it really helps them be successful and give them more confidence.
Coach was talking about how you guys have really figured out your identity over the last few weeks. Do you all feel like more comfortable out there just knowing like what's going on, like who needs to be where, like your kind of respective role, especially even you just getting used to having down low in the post on your own, no Dorka around or anything like that. So how's that whole process been?
It's been good, and I think that with anything, I think with the expectation, the pressure, it's easy for someone to be like, oh, because of who we have or because of what we've accomplished, we should have been easy and should have been able to get this done from jump. But I think especially new year, new team, it's something that you kind of have to like soak it in and work the kinks out with. So I think that over the last month we've grown a lot with their cohesiveness and just us becoming a unit. The ball's not as stagnant offensively and defensively when we're on it, and we're pressuring and we're getting the things that we want to get, the stops, we're able to execute and go to our to play to our advantage. So I think that things are coming together for us, and I'm happy to be a part of it and happy to orchestrate it as well.
You were roommates with Nika in Tampa in that NBA Academy.
Yes, so
program,
long
right?
ago.
What did you remember about her that first time you met her and spending that time with her all that time back?
Yeah, so it's funny. I didn't actually know that she was being recruited by UConn at the time, but it was later on, later into the weekend when I found out. But first impression of Nika, fiery for sure on the court, but off the court, when we spent time together, it was just a lot of laughs, a lot of jokes. I think that we just vibe off of each other pretty well, and I think that, the language barrier, her English has gotten way better, but back then it was a bit choppy a little bit, but no, she hasn't changed. And I think that's one of the beauty of things, like basketball makes you get friendships all over the world, and in that moment I didn't know that I was going to be playing alongside with her for the next 4 years, but just have that friendship start from there and then carry us to where we are today. Yeah, it's beautiful. So
Had UConn started recruiting you by that point?
it was then that's when I
at
first
that
saw
time.
Coach and
Okay.
CD, and they came and watched like the showcase or whatever we were doing. So